Hi, my name is Diamond Gladiez, and I will be presenting Climate Change Human Rights Violation. How are the effects of climate change in Arizona violating human rights? My research process has been shaped and did evolve over time because at first, for my initial question, I did not exactly know which exact human rights is being violated until I did further research by looking through articles, and I was able to come to the fact that human rights are being violated for the human rights to life, human rights to health, access of food and water. My thesis statement: as climate change increases, government officials should not ignore the effects of climate change as they violate Arizonans' human rights to life, health, and the access to safe food and water. How I arrived to this topic: first, I did start with just climate change overall, and to make it more to the effects of me, I added my specific state that I do live in, Arizona, and I was able to then provide the list of rights that were being violated through articles and my research, which is the rights to life, health, and the access to safe food and water. The overview of my topic slash argument, I did provide three different quotations that I did have and found over the articles that I used in my essay. These facts did help support my thesis statement. The first one, it states the amount of deaths that are going to be per year caused by climate change between the year of 2030 and 2050. Overall, it's approximately 250,000 deaths per year at the time of climate change effects. Second one is talking about the 88% of the burden of disease that attributed to climate change effects affecting children younger than 5 years of age. So this is going to cause a major impact on the future lives of other Arizona citizens, as they are going to be affected by major different diseases that come from climate change. Heat wave activity is the third one that it talks about how heat wave has increased over 20% per decade since 1960, and it does not seem to be decreasing anytime soon and will continue to increase over time. My counter argument uh, for Arizona, the most common counter-argument that can be made is the use of air conditioning. Many people have it in their homes, many people do not. Depending on your income, air conditioning can be quite expensive, but in most homes they are available. But I did want to address this because I know this would be something that can be argued. Although air conditioning has shown to increase the risk of climate change, it continues to pollute the air that then causes climate change and the effects of it. Another one I presented in this article was the access to accessible technologies that are available now. That can be argued as, again, not many people can afford new technology or can afford air conditioning in general, but it is an option for many to use. But I wanted to provide additional information to decrease the effects of climate change and also try to decrease decrease climate change overall instead of making it increase over time. Solutions. The solutions I presented was one, the use of fans to help prevent climate change heat from risking Arizonans' lives. It is a cheaper alternative for many people that can't afford air conditioning. Fans have been shown to use way less electricity, and the electricity can produce pollution in the air and cause climate change. So it's a great alternative for that. Arizona have found in voting that they prefer the increase in planting street trees, which trees, everyone knows, helps the pollution and also shades sidewalks. So the shading of sidewalks where people go outside and are in direct sun are majorly impacted by the climate change. So that definitely does matter a lot in this case because the major solutions have to prevent the effects of climate change, which is a great solution to use. The cool scenario, which is found to do with the interior design of houses, cool scenario has to do with roofing and to prevent heat coming inside the house to make it a more cooling inside houses where many people spend most of their time is in inside rather than outside because of the massive heat waves that occur. My call to action is that this ongoing issue has ongoing detrimental effects for Arizonans. It will not stop. It's too late to stop or get rid of climate change, but we can decrease the effects. The government must act now for the future of Arizonans that will have seen more effects caused by climate change. These are my rhetorical situations. As the author, I am speaking from the perspective of an Arizona citizen that has to deal with the heat within summer most of the time. My audience is Arizonans and government officials of Arizona. My message is to show how climate change violates Arizona human rights. My purpose is to bring awareness of the risk Arizonans face by climate change and to help provide solutions that government officials can use. The context is government officials in Arizona affected by climate change. My research process. What I would do differently if I were to approach the same problem again is more research on the background, in the background about my research question. The moments I was most proud of my efforts was putting the writing together in my essay. Of course, the most challenging moment was putting the essay together for me. As difficult as it may sound, those two might because they're kind of the same. I just found it really difficult to put the essay together when I went through the research because again, it has never been scientifically proven that the climate change effects do violate human rights. But so it was more difficult to provide that in my essay as a human rights violation, even though many have yet to prove that. My most powerful learning moment was reading over the articles I selected because this specific topic has not yet been shown to be a human rights violation, but many people have tried. So I knew it would be difficult for me to show it in my essay. I would use my learning in the future by presenting it in my work area. My research process and the essay formatting and writing will definitely help me later on in life. And this is my works cited. And thank you so much for